Good morning, my viewers. I welcome you to another thrilling episode of Realities of Life. With you on stage this morning is Reverend Mrs. Meldis Bidworth Ekpelibe. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we have come to rejoice in it. Praise the Lord, hallelujah. We have come with another wonderful episode. Marriage is meant to be enjoyed by two people, a man and a woman. That is marriage, that is union. Okay. And there are so many things that can mar marriage, and there are so many things that can improve marriage, that can make marriage better. So our topic for today is one of the things that can make marriage better. Our topic today will be focused on how to appreciate your spouse. If you don't appreciate your spouse, I wonder what they're doing. Appreciating your spouse is the best thing that can happen to anybody. If you appreciate your spouse, your marriage becomes more sweet. Your marriage becomes better. Your marriage becomes the best in town. We are not here. We are not in this race, marital race, for competition. Maybe with your fellow girlfriends or your fellow boyfriends. No. If you're a man, forget your friends. Face your wife. Face your spouse. It is binding on you to make her happy. Then if you're a woman, face your husband. Face your spouse. It is binding on you to make him happy. Forget about friends. Forget about them. Because your friends, they are all enjoying their marriages. They are enjoying your marriages. But problem starts when you start to compare maybe yourself with your girlfriend. She might tell you what the husband does for her, and you might flare up because you feel your husband doesn't do that for you. You don't even know whether she's telling you the truth or not. Forget whatever you may hear. Forget whatever that comes your way. Always focus on the man that God has given to you. Always focus on the woman that God has given to you. Okay. Appreciating your partner. Appreciating your partner. How to appreciate your partner. How can you appreciate your partner? Love language, according to Jenna Farmer Brackett, a clinical manager at Centerstone, she says that love language has 5 different styles. 5 different styles, and they include quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, and the gifts. The act of giving and receiving gifts. Your life as a woman, as a married woman, your happiness depends on your spouse. When your spouse is ready, you see that there will be happiness all over the house, all over the family. But when your spouse is not happy, you won't be comfortable. You'll be so uncomfortable that you might decide to lock up yourself in a room, and it shouldn't be so. You can't make that marriage work by locking up yourself in the room. Rather, if the devil sees that you've decided to lock up yourself in a room, then the devil will bring so many things your way that will help scatter the marriage. Don't do that. Face every challenge that comes your way. Face it and face it squarely, with the hope of winning, with the mind of winning. Remember, this is the man that God gave to you. God has given you every ability to conquer every challenge in that marriage. You man, this is the woman that God has given to you. God has given you every ability to conquer every challenge that comes your way in that marriage. There are different ways to appreciate your partner. There are different ways. The first one is, most of these things, we see them as very flimsy. We see them as very small. They don't matter, but they seem to matter. It is those things that we feel that don't matter that matters a lot in union. The first one is mailing a card. When last did you give your spouse a card? When last? Get a card. It might be cheap. It might be £1. It may be 80p or 90p. But it is not in the price. It depends on the meaningful message, the love words you've written on that card for your partner, for your spouse. The message might be simple, but very intentional. but very intentional. The message might be simple, but the question is, does it emphasize on the care you have for your partner? Are you telling your partner how you care for him or her? All these things we think that are easy. For instance, when I get such a message, I feel so happy. I feel elevated. I'll start looking for a way to pay back my husband. Okay? The next one is some small, small gestures that we do make. Gestures. Gestures that the foundation. They are the foundation for every life in a couple. The foundation is the gestures we make in your everyday life as a couple. If you're thinking about your partner, there are certain things you might do to reflect it. There are so many things you might do to feel, to make him understand. You don't even need to tell him. They say that actions, they speak louder than words. There are certain things you will do. Then your partner will know, oh my God, this man or this woman cherishes me so much. Thank you. He will start thanking his God for giving him such a partner. It might be, maybe you went to work. As you were coming home, you ran into a snack shop to get his favorite snack. Bring it home. Or there might be his favorite show on the telly. Make out time to watch it with him. Stop whatever you're doing once it's that time. Sweetie, are you not watching this today? Are you not watching that today? He said, yeah, I'm waiting for it. I'm coming to watch it with you. Sit close to him. Make some gestures, small, no matter how little, no matter how small, it doesn't matter. But it depends on the heart. It depends on what you're trying to portray, what you're trying to push across to him. And definitely he will understand. Nothing is too little in marriage. Nothing is too little. Rather, it is those things that we feel don't matter that are the things that matter most. He will be looking at you when you're watching the movie. He will be looking at you, trying to read, whether you're rhyming, whether you're understanding it the way he's understanding it, whether you have the same views. Active listening. That's the next one. Try to avoid multitasking when talking to your spouse. Don't be doing this and doing that. Maybe you're washing plate, maybe you're cooking your washing plate, you're trying to tell him what you want him to hear. No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Offer your spouse undivided attention. Undivided attention. Stop whatever you're doing. If he's telling you something, stop whatever you're doing. Give him 100% listening ear. Don't be talking to your child, maybe chasing the child around to do whatever you want the baby to do, and you want him to feel that you're listening to what he's saying. No man loves that. No woman loves that. No, it's not right. They don't like it. But when you see that, when he notices that whenever he wants to tell you something, you stop whatever you're doing and listen to him, he'll be so happy. There is nothing he will not want to tell you. He will want to tell you everything that happened on that day in your absence. He will even like to tell you the ones that he is not needed, is not necessary. But for the fact he knows that you will give him a listening ear, he will just stay calm and start gisting you. There is value in creating the safety to communication, to communicate openly. Even if it's a tough conversation, communicate openly. Don't bring two things at the same time. Don't try to do this and do that while you're trying to sort out a problem. No, a challenge. No. Always give him 100% listening ear, and he'll be happy you did. Offer to help. Is your husband the person that is carrying the bigger load in the family? Offer to help. If you know that your partner is dealing with a lot of things, a lot of stress, try the much you can to try to offer to take some off his plate. He is a human being. Okay? For instance, He does everything and he takes off the trash, maybe because the children are still small. And you see that he's struggling to do that. Lend a helping hand. Or maybe there are so many things he's paying for the house and still he's paying for the house mortgage. And you've gotten a good job. Maybe he was doing all those things when you've not gotten a good job or when you've not started working. Please look for a way to ease him of some of those stress. Our spouses shouldn't be allowed to, we shouldn't overstress our spouses. We are beings. We know, put ourselves in their positions and know what they're going through. Help out in any little way you can. Maybe the house mortgage is there. You're paying for a car, for a loan. Tell him, sweetheart, go on with the mortgage while I take over the loan. He will be so happy that you did. You, man, don't leave everything for your wife. Maybe you've lost your job. Maybe your job is not frequent. Don't overburden your wife with too much stress. Do the one you can, no matter how little. She'll be so happy. At least she has a helping hand. That's why you are two. Anyone that you cannot do, and in any way one can help the other, you help the other. You help the other. Try to do something to ease off your partner's stress. The next one is complimenting them. Most people don't compliment their partners. For instance, you see a man that just came back from work, so tired and hungry. Then the wife brings out a very beautiful dish for him for lunch. He will sit down, finish the food, and say, "Thank you, Jesus." He has not complimented the woman for cooking that food and bringing it and serving him the food. Rather, he decided to compliment Jesus. Was it Jesus that cooked the food? No. 1,000 times no. You must compliment your wife for every good thing. It's not hard to say, "Oh, thank you, sweetie. This is one of the best dishes you've ever given me." Even if this food wasn't sweet, compliment her so that tomorrow she will look for better one to do for you. She won't look back trying to serve your food. There are so many women on this planet Earth that don't serve their husband's food. It's not right. It's not right. And it behoves me when I go to some families, I see the man cooking. The woman will be seated with me and be gisting while the husband will be in the kitchen. Such homes, I'm not saying it that it happened one day. I've seen it happen occasionally. And I don't hesitate to tell the lady that you're doing it the wrong way. Why should the man cook while you're here, gisting? It's not right. Today is not the first time I'm seeing it. One even told me that she doesn't like cooking. It's the husband that likes cooking. Oh my God. The moment that man finds a lady that can cook for him anywhere on this planet Earth, before you know it, he will pack to the lady. Everyone wants to be cared for. Everyone wants to be cared for. Please. However, in whatever way you can compliment your spouse, please do. When you compliment your spouse, you see your spouse putting much more effort to make the marriage work or to make the marriage happen. It won't be hard for you to say, "Oh my God, you really did noble. Sweetheart, it's like this is the best thing you've always done." Or you say, "Oh, sweetheart, thank you. You're always doing it just like ever. You've always been a darling, an angel, a God-sent angel to me." When you say that, it will gladden his heart. It will gladden her heart. And she'll try to put in more effort to do more for you. Okay? Honoring feelings. Every person is unique in his or in every person is unique in a special way. So, use that your uniqueness to express yourselves. I was talking with a woman the other day, and she told me that at times when she has the nudge or the feeling to be touched, to be held close, that she doesn't have anybody to hold her. I said, "Don't say it again. You're staying with your husband, aren't you?" She said she is, but she can't make such a move. I said, "Why?" She said that the time she tried it, the husband said, "You will tell me where you are learning this from and who is teaching you." It's wrong. It's wrong. So how do you satisfy yourself sexually? Emotionally, how do you do that? If it must be only you, that means when you're not in the mood and your wife is in the mood, you cannot satisfy her. Such women, they move out. And every little, I won't call it provocation, every little, I don't know how to put it. That means that lady, you have set her out to jump at any man's arm that says, how are you? Any man that shows her that I'm understanding your feelings, I understand how you feel, she would like to know that person more. Men, don't push your wives out. Please. Please. You don't need to ask her where she learnt it from. Both of you are one flesh. Maybe when you began the marriage, it wasn't like that. At the initial time, everybody will be somehow shy from each other. But as years pass by, you will start becoming more intimate. The love you share for each other keeps growing. She might be in the office and see somebody that looks like you, maybe have the same physique with you, and she might start missing you, wanting you immediately. It's not when she comes home and tries to show you how she feels. You start asking her, where did you learn it from? Are you sure you've not started going out? She won't tell you next time. And before you know it, she'll start responding to somebody outside, which shouldn't be fair. It's not going to be a good one. Honor her feelings. Honor her feelings. Even if you are tired and she needs it, remember, the Bible made us understand that she owns your body while you own her own body. So you give it to her whenever she wants, and she gives to you whenever you want. Please listen to your partner always when they express their feelings of excitement or disdain. Try to avoid dismissing feelings. Don't dismiss any feelings. Every feelings that you're showed has a reason. Ability to fulfill that feeling is at work in you as the man of the house. And ability to fulfill that feeling is at work in you as the woman of the house. God created both of you, brought both of you together, and put in each other the ability to fulfill each other's feelings, to honor each other's feelings. It's better you honor your wife's feelings than going outside to honor another woman's feelings. And it's better for you to honor your husband's feelings than going outside to honor another man's feelings. Honoring another man or another woman's feelings that is not your wife or your husband is bringing darkness to the marriage, and is bringing darkness to the family. Because you must bring home something. You must bring home something. Because every sex you have with anybody, be it within or outside, transfers something to you. And when that doom is being transferred to you, you bring it back to your house and transfer it to your wife or to your husband. It's not good for you, the marriage you built with your own hands that took so many years, in a twinkle of an eye, you decide to scatter it with your own hands because you want to honor feelings. That was why God brought both of you together. Man, eat your wife raw if that is what you want. Anyhow you want it. Woman, give it to your husband anyhow he wants it. Please, both of you should honor each other's feelings. Don't let go. Never dismiss any feelings. Don't dismiss it. Avoid it. Avoid it. The next one is eating dinner together. I've been to so many homes. They brought out food. The husband might be in the sitting room watching film and eating his food. The wife will be on the dining table. While the children, some will be in the parlor, some will be in the dining table. No. What are you teaching those kids? That you can eat differently? Anyhow, anywhere? No. No, please. It will be better in order to show the man that you really love him. Please eat together. Eat dinner together, dine together, whatever. Breakfast, lunch. Lunch may be different because both of you might be at work differently. But when you gather home, Please, dinner, eat together. Whether you stay in, whether you're eating in the house or you're eating out, eat together. Don't go out alone, the man, just to eat. Because if you go there to eat, you might see another woman that came alone. Before you know it, if you don't wink at her, she start winking at you. Don't say, I can control it. There are certain things you can control, especially when the devil is out to destroy your home. You can't control it. So please, it's important to experience eating together. When you eat together, maybe in the house or outside, spend some time talking about your day. And spend your time talking about being with each other. Tell each other how you feel, the importance of your being together. Then try each other's interests. Make a list of the things each other enjoys in your free time. Let there be a free time. Discuss it together. This is your husband. You shouldn't be shy or afraid of him. This is your wife. You shouldn't be shy or afraid of him. Okay? Make out time to discuss each other's interests. Tell each other how much you care, how much you love her interests, how much you love what he or she is doing. Wife, make it known to your husband. Husband, make it known to your wife. You can on your own make a list of things you want to discuss. Then invite your partner to participate in your interests. Invite your partner to come in and participate so that both of you will discuss these your interests together. There is joy in discussing, because as you're discussing it, you find out more what your spouse loves most and how he or she wants it to be done. Then the next one is respect personalities, behaviors, emotions, feelings, and passions are unique for every individual. It is left for each party to try to understand and encourage or acknowledge your partner's personality and take interest in those parts of them. Personality of your spouse, of your partner. Look at it very well. You've been living with this man for some years. You've been living with this woman for some years. You're supposed to have known his or her behavior. I used to tell my husband, I know you more than you know yourself. I can explain you more than you can explain yourself. And he'll start laughing. He'll always tell me that nobody can know any man more than the man or the woman. No, not you knowing, but I used to tell him, I know you more than you know yourself. Any move you make, I know. Whatever you want to do, I know. Why? Because we've lived together for almost 26 years now. Yeah. Respect your spouse's feelings. Respect their personalities, their emotions, their passions. Remember, all of you are wonderfully and uniquely made. This must be respected. And remember, respect is reciprocal. When you respect the people that you're supposed to respect, then they will respect you in return. I used to tell my students in school that respect is reciprocal. When you respect the people that are higher than you, then the people under you must respect you. You don't need to ask for it or beg for it. It's being earned. It's what you give that comes back to you. Always live for each other. What are you living for? Remember, you the woman, once you were married to this man, your destiny ceases. When you married him, you now join him to achieve his destiny. In the achievement of his destiny, your own destiny will also be achieved. But he is now your priority. His priority should be placed number one. There are some women that when they get married, they want to force the man to start working for them, to start living for them. It's not right. Remember, the man is the priest of the home. You live according to his dictates. That's why I said, if you respect his personality and his emotions, he will respect you. There are times you see some people, they say, this man, the woman don't hook him, that he can't even do anything for himself. He follows the woman. It's not true. It's 1,000 times lies. It's not true. He is doing that because the woman adores him. The woman worships him. When you live with a woman or you get married to a woman that loves you and adores you and worships you, you don't have any alternative other than to worship her back. You don't have any alternative. It will keep working out. And you see them, they'll be so happy. Their marriage will be so happy. Always remember to show your partner love and appreciation every day of the year. Don't say, I showed him yesterday, so today I can do whatever I want. No. It is important that each person in a relationship feels seen, heard, and valued. Not just on holidays, not just on his or her birthday, but always. We have come to the end of today's episode of how to appreciate your spouse. Please, if you've not been doing all these things that you heard me say today, please start doing them. It is good for you to appreciate your partner, your spouse. The more you appreciate your spouse, the more your spouse will appreciate you. Keeping good as we come in next 2 weeks with another thrilling episode. Thank you so much. God bless you. Feel free to write me, maybe in my messenger. Feel free to ask some questions while this program is going on and it will be answered. Thank you so much. God bless you. Always know that God gave you that marriage so that you produce something perfect out of it. Remember, how you treat your spouse is how your children will treat theirs. How happy your marriage is will determine whether your children will like to get married or not. How you treat your spouse will determine also whether your children will like to become someone's spouse someday. Thank you so much. God bless you. We love you, but God loves you most. Bye.